Hello, everyone. Um, First, I promised I would get a flip of this book done. When I put it together the other day on my live stream, I did put paper clips in there to shim it and um, make it so that it would lay flatter. I also, after we got all finished, put it in underneath some weight, and it is much flatter now. Um, I am not sure that, see how it can move? That is okay, but I think next time I'd rather put in permanent shims that stay in there, and that's simply just some cardstock um, or tagboard or something that stays in the binding area so that it is a little, has some more width on the spine. The whole point of the shims at all was to make the spine similar to the mouth, and I'm okay with this, but that's, one of those things that I have to think about. I did, after we finished up, I went and hunted, and I had some fun modern art eye beads. These are the last four I have. It's really funny that I had four, and I had four little spots in my journal, so it was perfect for them. I used to make large modern art faces, but I don't have one of those, and it would have been too big for the book anyways. So I am just gonna get on with this and show you this book. Needless to say, the faces and everything are inspired by Picasso, and I used a lot of Picasso quotes in the book. Most of it is jelly plated, painted, doodled, all kinds of things. If you're interested, these videos are all on my the videos of making these pages are all on my art journaling playlist, so I'll just put a link to that right up there if I can remember. I used quotes by Picasso, which I just dearly loved. This one says, "The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls." That's one of my favorite quotes. This is also one of my favorite pages, I think. That's one of the reasons why I put it in front. This one says, "The chief enemy of creativity is good sense." And as you can see, these are very strange modern art faces with lots of doodling, lots of layers. This one says, "Art is not the application of a canon of beauty, but what the instinct and the brain can conceive beyond any canon. When we love a woman, we don't start measuring her limbs." This one says, "It takes a long time to become young." I started with collage layers. I layered gesso over it. I did paints. I did stencils. There's 5 or 6 layers in each one of these pages. This one says, "The older you get, the stronger the wind gets, and it's always in your face." I really like this one's hair. That was one of the things I liked best about that one. "It is your work in life that is the ultimate seduction." Now, for some unknown reason, this one looks like an alien to me. And I guess that's fine that it looks like an alien rather than a modern art face. Because this one has a slightly different, makes me think of something different. This one says, "Bad artists copy, good artists steal." This one makes me think of something like those Easter Island statues, the faces on those statues. I really think that one is kind of like that. This one says, "I don't believe in accidents. There are only encounters in history. There are no accidents." It was fun using my jelly plated paper as collage fodder. I really enjoyed that. The world today doesn't make sense, so why should I paint pictures that do? This one, I used different size pens, and I really like some of the doodling on it over some of the others. I like that I used the different size pens, and I don't know why I didn't more often. This one says, colors, like features, follow the changes of emotions. This one's hair is fun too. This one says, everything you can imagine is real. And this guy has really curly eyelashes for some reason. All children are artists. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up. I think the doodling on these was the most fun I had, with the different layers of the pages. Using different marks, I use a lot of dots, so that's fine with me. But that brought the whole page together to me, was the doodling, the little bit of pen work I did after the fact. An idea is a point of departure and no more. As soon as you elaborate it, it becomes transformed by thought. Art is the elimination of the unnecessary. When I was looking for some way to add the quotes to the pages, these are all Picasso quotes, just FYI. They're all by Picasso. It's all quotes that are attributed to him. I wanted to add the quote, but I didn't want to just stick it down to the page. So by putting the quote on a little bit of the craft paper, doing a little stitching, it makes it stand out, but yet doesn't make it obtrusive, which I really thought was good. This one says, our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan, in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. There is no other route to success. Action is the foundational key to all success. Give me a museum and I'll fill it. I think this one is one of my least favorite ones. I don't know exactly what it is, but for some reason it's one of my least favorite. Everything is a miracle. It is a miracle that one does not dissolve in one's bath like a lump of sugar. He can who thinks he can, and he can't who thinks he can't. This is an inexorable, indisputable law. And this one has really crazy eyes. And this is the last page and the last quote. Art is not the application of a canon of beauty, but what the instinct and the brain can conceive beyond any canon. When we love a woman, we don't start measuring her limbs. Did I use that quote twice? Oh my gosh, I don't. Oh, I did. Must have liked it. Didn't realize I had used it twice until just now, but that's okay. And this is the back. Now, this binding is what's called a slip knot binding or single sheet binding. And I will make sure to put a link right up there in the corner to that video. I've done a couple of videos with that. I use that that binding all the time. I love it because I like to work on pages that are not bound in an album and then add them to the album later. I'm going to read you a quote from our 1001 Ways to Creativity, and then I need to get on with my day. Might we not say that every child at play behaves like a creative writer, in that he creates a world of his own, or rather rearranges the things of his world in a new way which pleases him? Sigmund Freud. Okay, guys, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.